I'm really gonna stop saying the Democrat Party has hit rock bottom, because I've said this like 10 times now the past couple of weeks, and it seems like every time I say Democrats have hit rock bottom, they find a way to sink even further. And not just once or twice, no, I have made like 10 to 15 videos the past couple of weeks saying, hey, the Democrat Party, they're in a very bad situation, their numbers keep getting worse, and they have no clue what they're talking about. And every time I say, surely it can't get any worse, maybe they finally hit rock bottom, they keep sinking. Every day, it seems like it gets worse and worse and worse. And now, look at this headline from NBC News. AOC and Bernie Sanders rally Democrats, calling for a party that fights harder. Now, on paper, this doesn't seem like that big of a deal. Like, who cares that AOC and Bernie Sanders, who cares that they're saying Orange Man bad and Elon Musk bad? Because that's what these rallies are. They don't talk about anything else but how Orange Man is worse than Hitler. That's all they say. And that's all they say at these rallies. So it's, on paper, it's not that big of a deal. But when you begin to look more into it, you begin to realize something very apparent. The Democrat Party right now is facing a potential civil war, because there are a lot of people within their own base, not just average voters, no, people within their own base, and these people are very radicalized, they're insane, and they're done with the Democrat Party. They are done with the current party, and they want the party to become even more radical. And AOC and Bernie Sanders, they both see an opportunity to start a new movement. And I really believe that the way that they're talking, the way that they're acting, there is a non-zero chance the Democrat Party could have a civil war within the next couple of years. Now, I am not saying to guarantee that this happens. I'm not saying it's a foregone conclusion that, yeah, the Democrat Party splits into two. I'm not saying that. But the way that they're acting, and the way that some Democrats in the Senate, the way they're responding to Bernie Sanders and AOC, yeah, there is a lot of tension brewing within the party. At the first stop, their Fighting Oligarchy tour out west, two of the Democratic Party's most unabashed progressive lawmakers had plenty to say about President Trump, but they also had some strong words for their own party. This isn't just about Republicans. We need a Democratic Party that fights harder for us too, Congresswoman AOC told the fired up crowd. But what that means is that we as a community must choose and vote for Democrats and elected officials who know how to stand up for the working class.
That means our communities, each and every one of us, choosing and voting for Democrats and elected officials who know how to stand for the working class.
That's what she said. She is basically saying, yeah, the Republican Party is bad, but the Democrat Party, they don't fight at all. Which is just crazy. I mean, guys, you're in the minority. You have no leverage. You lost in 2024. Deal with it. Your party got killed in 24. You have no power, no leverage. You control nothing. And this LARPing just saying, fight harder, is BS. Because what are they supposed to do? Shut down the government? That's the only thing Democrats could have done to stop Orange Man. And at that point, that would have given Trump a huge win. While AOC did not mention any Democrat leaders by name, the crowd broke out into multiple primary Chuck chants, a reference to Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, who backed down from a fighting fight with Trump last week. The move enraged the base and prompted some of AOC's House colleagues to encourage her to mount a primary challenge to Schumer, her fellow New Yorker, in 2028. So, again, this is the crowd they have. They have the radical win in their party, and they have lost all sense of reality. They have no clue what's going on. They're insane, they're deranged, they're lunatics, and they now want to get rid of Chuck Schumer, who has been there for many years. And listen, he was effective as a minority and majority leader for the Democrat Party. He was. Listen, he did a lot of bad things for America, but if you're a Democrat, how can you hate the guy? Like, yeah, he had one bad vote. Congratulations. He had one bad vote that you threw a hissy fit over. That's why you want to get rid of Chuck Schumer. But that's a Democrat base now. They're so out of touch with reality that one single vote, and again, Chuck Schumer agreed with Democrats on everything. He did whatever the Democrat Party needed him to do. But the one time he did one thing that they did not agree with, they lose their shit. AOC and Sanders, stars of the left who are channeling the fighting spirit at a time when Democrats say that's what they want to see more of, are looking to turn the party's anchor to action and mobilize voters in the fight against Trump in his MAGA movement. And this is why it's a big deal. The Democrat base right now, especially the radical wing, they are so sick and tired of the Democrat Party that they are now banking on AOC and Bernie Sanders to lead them. And for those that don't believe me, look at this. This is polling of just Democrats on how they think Democrats are doing in Congress. And since 2009, it's been very positive, right? It's been plus 20, plus 30 to as high as like plus 70. But look at 2025. Right now, for the first time ever, according to Quinnipiac, Democrats are in the negatives with their own voters. Look at this. Of all voters, Democrats only have a 21% approval in Congress. So, not only does the average voter hate your guts, but even your own base wants you gone. And you wonder why AOC and Bernie Sanders are gaining significant traction. And not just for 2026 or whatever. No, I am becoming convinced that AOC or Bernie Sanders, one of the two, will be running for president in 2028. I know that sounds crazy to say right now, but the way that they're talking, the way that a lot of Democrats are acting, and these people, they've lost it. These people have completely lost it, and they're so furious that now they want AOC, they want Bernie Sanders, and at this point in time, that's the majority of the Democrat Party. The majority of Democrats have become so radicalized that it's a very likely scenario that we see someone like AOC, Bernie Sanders, Jasmine Crockett, Kamala Harris, whoever, become the nominee, because guess what? That's what their voters want. And if Democrats end up with that, they are screwed. I mean, this party would be utterly screwed in 2028. And I don't think Democrats really get that. But there are some Democrats in the Senate that kind of understand that, hey, this is stupid. What AOC and Bernie Sanders are saying, it's dumb. And of course, it's someone like John Fetterman. Now, everyone knows John Fetterman. He's LARPing as this moderate Democrat. But look at this. This is what John Fetterman said after AOC said, we need to fight harder. He said, fight harder. A stunt that would have harmed millions and plunges into chaos. We kept their government open. Deal with it. That's what John Fetterman said on his Twitter account. He said that. He said, hey, guys, if we would have shut down the government, that would have killed us politically, which he's right. John Fetterman, he's full of shit, but he kind of gets it where it's like, some of this stuff you can't support. No matter how progressive John Fetterman is or whatever, he knows that a government shutdown would have killed them and would have given Trump even more leverage. And they lost, they got killed in this fight, but it's much better to keep it open than it is to shut it down and give Trump even more leverage. But these idiots at the Democrat Party, they're attacking John Fetterman now. There's a good chance that because of this one tweet, John Fetterman could be primaried out in 2028. I'm not exaggerating, by the way. Go look at how people are acting and responding to this tweet. It's like, what the hell are you guys talking about? If we experienced a government shutdown, the vast majority of people would have blamed you. So that's why John Fetterman and Chuck Schumer, they got polling and they realized, oh crap, we got to change course now because the American people are going to blame us. And because of that vote, which I would argue was the politically the right decision, their party is so deranged that there's a chance people like John Fetterman, Chuck Schumer, all of them, they could be primaried out because of one bad vote. And they're going to be replaced by radicals like AOC. That's a Democrat Party in 2024, everybody, or I should say 2025 now. And you think I'm kidding, but look at this. This is someone that showed up to the rally, and this is what she had to say. I think, unfortunately, the conservatives are playing a really good game of chess, and now it's time for the Democrats to go ahead and step up to the plate and figure out how we're going to go ahead and take our democracy back. Yeah, this is the average Democrat voter now. And you think I'm exaggerating, but I guarantee you, if you go to these rallies and ask these people, what's the most important issue? Why are you here? they're all gonna say the same thing. Orange man bad, democracy. That's all they're gonna say. It's one of those two phrases. Orange man is awful, or democracy is under attack. In other words, these people are out of touch with reality. But guess what? This is the average Democrat voter. The average Democrat now thinks this. It's like a cult. So that's why I think people like John Fetterman, Chuck Schumer, they're in a lot of trouble now. Because these people are so out of touch with reality that they hate these people because of being a threat to democracy or some crap like that. Guess what's going to happen if you primary out John Fetterman? You're going to lose Pennsylvania in 2028. You're going to get absolutely crushed if you take out Fetterman like that over democracy. These people are deranged, and it's not going to work. But, okay, you might be saying, well, okay, the average voter, they're supporting this, right? They support what AOC and Bernie Sanders are talking about. They're only talking about democracy and stopping the oligarchy. But it's not just the average voter now. No. Look at this. David Hogg. He is the vice chair of the Democrat Party, right? And again, I know there's other people that are vice chairs, but all three of them are the same. David Hogg, Kenyatta, and the other person. All three of them, and Ken Martin, the chair. They're all the same. They all think the same. They all operate the exact same. So if one of them says this, more than likely all of them agree with him. And he has been praising Bernie Sanders and AOC. He's been saying, fight the oligarchy, stop the orange man, we got to support Bernie Sanders and AOC. And the same people, I'm not saying David Hogg did it, but a lot of his supporters, the people that back people like AOC and Sanders, they now hate Fetterman. They hate the more moderate Democrats, or I should say moderates, but the ones that kind of understand that, hey, this stuff's unpopular. The stuff we're running on, we're going to get killed. We're going to get killed politically if we don't wake up. So the Democrat Party right now is in a very bad situation. And again, it's very early, but I do think you're going to see a lot of infighting in the next couple of years. I mean, we're already starting to see it. People going after John Fetterman for being a threat to democracy or some crap like that. It's already happening. They hate Chuck Schumer now. And the people like Bernie Sanders and AOC, they're going to rally up the radical wing in the party. And more than likely, one of them's going to run. I think if one of them does run, it's probably going to be AOC. Just for the simple fact that Bernie's 85? So it's like, he's getting up there in age, and AOC's way younger. But at the same time, it's like, why the hell are Democrats even supporting this? Why the hell are Democrats really running on this? This is what they're pushing. This is what they're talking about. They're not talking about the economy, immigration, foreign policy. No, they're talking about frickin' democracy. Gee, I wonder why their approvals are so bad right now. It's as if you surrendered your party to the radicals, and what they support and are pushing is unpopular. I mean, guys, the Democrat Party right now is in such disarray, they have no clue what they're doing, and they're going to really run on democracy on January 6th for 2026. And that's why I think they're going to lose. But at this point, the Democrat base is so radical, you have to run on that. To appease the base now, they are so out of touch with reality, you have to run on it. You can't run on protecting Medicare or whatever, because the average voter doesn't care. The average Democrat doesn't care about that now. They did, but now, the people at these rallies, the people that support Democrats, they don't care about that. They only care about democracy. They care about crap that no one cares about. Again, I'm not saying to guarantee that AOC or Sanders runs in 28, but it's looking likely. The way that they're sounding, the way that they're talking, the way a lot of Democrats are talking also, I would not be surprised. I would not be one bit surprised if the Democrat Party, they go down this rabbit hole and they eventually give the nomination to AOC or Bernie. Which is just crazy because just 5 years ago, they never wanted AOC. They understood back then AOC would get killed electorally. She would have gotten crushed in 2020 or 2024 if she somehow ran, which she couldn't back in 2020. But you get the point that they would have committed political suicide. They understood that. But now, they are promoting the people like Bernie, like AOC to the forefront. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed to all of you.